At the beginning of the year, I made a vision doc, or really a vision PowerPoint or slide deck that just outlined all my 2025 goals for the year. And it's been 6 months since that happened. So I wanted to check in with this, see if I was still on track with my goals, and if not, could be fun adjusting them a bit for the rest of the 6 months in the year now that we're at the halfway point. I don't remember anything about this, which I think is going to be interesting. Also, why did I put my name in the lower left corner? This is really fun, by the way, to do with friends. You can either have a party or event. Most of my friends are far away, so we did it virtually. It was really fun to see what everyone kind of prioritized in their lives, what goals they had for themselves. Oh, okay. And I also think it's great to include a year in review or reflections portion. So this is what I did in 2024 that I just wanted to highlight and give myself either a bit of a pat on the back or just some acknowledgement that some progress was made. So in 2024, I moved to a new state and city, which was kind of tough and scary, but did that. Also saved 3K, which is no small number to turn your nose at. So I wanted to highlight that as well. And I also hit my fitness goals. Still working on the abs though. That's also still work in progress. Also in 2024, been cooking more. That's been less of a choice because ordering out is expensive in this economy. So kind of had to shift what I did to start cooking more. And I also released my children's book in 2024, which is kind of crazy to think about now, how long that was ago. Emmett the Elephant. You can buy it on Amazon now, by the way. And I don't remember if I put in this deck that I wanted to do another children's book. I guess we'll see. And I also launched my webtoon as well, and Webtoon Canvas at the end of 2024. I think it was the last thing I did in the year in December. Lessons learned. I forgot I even did this. Budget. 2024 was the year that I learned I need to be careful with my money. Not just how I spend it, but where I apply it. This is also still a work in progress. I need to do a better job at investing my money. Right now, I'm trying to build an emergency fund to really just cover my booty before I start investing anything. That's a lesson I learned in 2024. Heavy. Another lesson I learned was sleep. I need to sleep way more. This is a lesson I'm still learning. I have a bit of, I forget what it's actually called when you don't want to go to sleep because you just want more time in the day and you want more time to have fun, and you're also like, well, if I sleep now, tomorrow I just have to work again. That's how it feels for me, and that can only go so far in your mid-20s. And in 2024, I learned that I need to sleep more. Another lesson I learned, which I'm trying to apply, well, I still am applying to my life now, is that the time's going to pass anyway. I applied this for the most part to fitness, and the principle is if the time is going to pass anyway, would you rather having it pass working towards your goals or just having it pass and then later regretting that you didn't do anything to work towards your goals? And I forget where I heard this, the time's going to pass anyway, but it stuck with me. It still sticks with me. It's something I tell myself probably on the daily with stuff I'm working on. Communication. I can't expect people to read my mind. Yeah, it's put pretty plainly there. I want to do a better job at communicating my feelings, not just to my loved ones, but to everyone, and not to like overshare or anything, but to be really clear and concise, to be comfortable with saying no and having that be a full sentence, things like that. I learned in 2024, and I think I'm applying a bit better this year. Work shouldn't be the center of my world. This is a big lesson I learned in 2024. I was stressed, so heavy about work. I still am. I still am. But in 2024, it was my whole life. Work was my whole life. And I think it just took some hard lessons to learn that company doesn't care much about you, even if you care much about the company. And so if I was gonna spend that energy, I'd rather have it being spent doing what I love, whether that still be kind of work or family, social stuff. Yeah, work shouldn't be the center of my universe. Final lesson I learned, I guess, that I remembered from 2024 is I'm the only one that can make it happen for me. Anything that I want, obviously it would be great if someone else would kind of chase the target for me and make it happen, but that's not how things work. I'm the only one that can make things happen. I have to be more of a go-getter. If I really want something, chase after it. All right, now we're finally hopping into what I put down at the beginning of the year for 2025 goals. Fitness. So I've been on a fitness journey for I think like 3 years now. I've lost 115 pounds. I've kept it off for like a solid year. And now I'm focusing fully on body recomp, which is basically building muscle and losing fat kind of at the same time. It's much slower, very gradual. But I find that's really the aesthetic I'm looking for as far as results go. I want abs. I want abs. I also, at the beginning of 2024, I don't have a slide deck for it, but I really wanted built arms. And I don't think my arms are very built, but they're more tone than I ever thought they'd ever be. I've always had really soft arms and I've always had a really soft belly and soft everything. But I did it for my arms and I can do it for my stomach. And 6 months in, I have little abs. I have little ones in there. I have little ones. So I'm just trying to build them a bit more while also cutting fat without cutting too much. Yeah. I also put here that I want to do more cardio. More cardio. I hate it. I have asthma. I should be doing more cardio to help my asthma, but I hate it. I really don't enjoy it. However, just last week, I ran a 5K with my mom, whose main thing is cardio. Now she's kind of switching to weight training. But I ran a 5K with her, first ever 5K, and I did way better than I thought I would do. First of all, I finished, which I think is a really big achievement, but I also finished fairly quick. I think I did like 45 minutes for the 5K, which I'm sure definitely you can be faster, but it was faster than I thought it was going to be. So that was a big milestone for me. Trying to do more cardio. I was doing it leading up to the 5K, and it really felt like it paid off. That was really rewarding. So I think so far, my fitness goals, I'm on track. I'm doing a good job. Career. All right. So this one I might edit a bit. My career has been a bit challenging to work with. I really want financial stability, not just in the job I have, but I want to diversify where my money's coming in. So I don't want money just coming in from my primary job. I've been wanting to have like different streams of income, and I've wanted to work towards just a different trajectory with my career, taking out the lessons I've learned thus far in my job. That's just what it is. I started my career in the animation industry, and I don't see any path forward with that isn't completely self-built. The industry is so it's in flames. It's just corporate greed, and it's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So I'm wanting to make a switch, and I put here that I wanted to pursue getting certified as a personal trainer and nutritionist. That's still something that interests me, but I didn't pursue it because I care more about building my webtoon. And that's something I have been fairly consistent with. And the time split is kind of tough to do all those things at the same time. Well, I really had to sit down and ask myself, what do I care more about? Do I care more about being a personal trainer, or do I care more about pursuing a career as a webtoon / comic artist? And I chose this one at the end of the day. It would be great, honestly, to become a personal trainer. That's still something that's on my mind and something that I want, but it's also something that you have to pay for. I think it's like $1,500 for the certification, and obviously investing time within studying for tests that comes with that. And then that's not the only barrier. You have to build clientele, find some place to work, yada yada. It's a whole thing that I'm still interested in, but not as my primary objective. Finances. This is a tough one. I put that my two major financial goals was to save 10K and invest 1K. And I even add here that it will greatly depend on if I still have my current job in the new year, or if anything changes, like having the stability there. I haven't done that. I definitely haven't invested 1K. I've saved about 2.5K thus far, 6 months in. I wanted to save more, and the reason why I haven't is a couple things. The first thing is life happens. Car breaks down, you need a tow, or bill came in a little bit higher than you thought it would, or hey, had 3 different doctor appointments that I wasn't planning to have because of some weird health stuff, and now I have all these deductibles I have to pay for, or just unexpected bills. All right, as well as I am getting married this year, so there are a lot of expenses that come with that. I'm blessed enough that my family is helping pay for the majority of the wedding, but there's certain things that I'm paying for that I feel that I should pay for, like certain decor items that are specific to my wants. So I feel like I could have saved more if I just would have made smarter decisions as well, but I think there's still time to save at least 3K more before the end of the year. But here, save 10K, invest 1K, multiple income streams. Kind of sort of on the multiple income streams. My children's book is out there. It's not making like a ton every month. Like 1 month it'll be like $100. The next month it would be $5. So I think I can do a better job at marketing that book and putting out other ones. I really want to pursue another children's book as well as a coloring book. But then with that also comes just the need for better marketing that I really haven't been focusing on. Food. I put here I want to learn how to make a wider variety of healthy meals. I've not done this at all. I've not done this at all. And let me say why. I'm just making excuses for myself. The first reason is that I just haven't. I just haven't put enough effort into it. The second reason is that it costs a bit of extra money to commit to making a recipe. And let's say you don't like that recipe, like you ended up not liking it, and now you have all these ingredients that you need to either do something else with, or so I just get scared about committing. Really, I have a problem with commitment. And that's what I'm dealing with right now. I do want to commit to this because I think it's great to build an inventory of how many recipes I know how to make. I think that's really neat and fun and cool. But these days, specifically the last couple months, I've just been making the same stuff over and over and over again for me and my partner. And I would like to add some more spice in what we have, especially when it comes to healthy meals. But nothing. I need to commit. I need to do it. Fashion. Okay. I put here in this past year, I've been able to explore my fashion sense more, and I've kept that up so far in 2025. I wanted to dress more feminine. I'm really used to like sweats, leggings, hoodie, stuff like that, which I think is great and has its time and place. But I really wanted to amp up the more feminine looks, giving like girly, but not just girly, but sexy, and also really frilly, like across the whole spectrum of what one would consider as feminine. I feel like I've done a really good job at that thus far. I like to explore more. Obviously, clothes are expensive, so I can't go too crazy with that. But I've been buying secondhand, and that's really fun to go thrifting. You find little gems for really cheap, and you can style them in a particular way. And I've been really having fun, kind of embracing my femininity and feeling like a girl, like a girly girl. I remember growing up, I really wanted to do more of that. I loved like Winx, Bratz, My Scene. What's another one? Sure, Barbie. But really like fun fashionista type IPs that I was really into. So I wanted to dress more like that, but grew up in a conservative household, so it felt a little bit like I couldn't be too feminine. And I've always had curves, even like as a young kid, so that was kind of hard to play around with. So I just sunk into just dressing really comfortably and kind of hiding my figure. And now I'm exploring and I'm having fun with it. I'm having lots of fun with it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mental health. Okay, so I note here that for some reason I developed health anxiety in late 2024. I think I know why, but I'm not gonna self-diagnose here in my YouTube video. But I think I developed anxiety in general. I worry a lot about the future. Now, I think it started when my frontal lobe developed. That pesky frontal lobe made me worried about everything. And yeah, I was getting really nervous at the end of 2024, and that carried into the beginning of 2025 as well, and still exists now. But I will say now it feels a bit better than it did at the beginning of the year. The beginning of the year, I was crazy, girl. I was having like panic attacks, and not like, ooh, I'm anxious, like feeling like I'm dying, okay? Which is part of the reason I was going to the doctor so frequently, and yeah. Because I was feeling like I was dying, and I think it was just anxiety, because none of that is really happening right now. And I think a big part of it is doom scrolling on social media, something I still do, and I do less of, but I still do. And just being so focused on worries for the future. I'm wedding planning again this year, that's a whole nother thing. And just a lot happening in the United States. And the world in general, everything's kind of stressful. It's hard to not be stressed if you care at all about anything going on in the world around you. I'm Hispanic, so it's been pretty interesting living in the US at this time. But I recognize at the end of 2024 and the beginning of this year that I just wanted to get a better grip on my response to kind of the chaotic nature of the world and everything around me. And one of my goals was to read 5 books. Hey, that was crazy ambitious me. I've only started reading one. I've only just now started reading Red Rising, and it's great. It's a great book, and I love it, and I've been reading it by the pool, and that's been awesome. But it's only one, and I've just started. I think I'm like 14 chapters in, just about. So I don't think it's realistic to read 5 more books. Who knows? 6 months. Maybe I could. I could do it. I'm probably gonna knock this goal down back to like 3. I think I could do 3. But that's kind of where that goal is so far. The second tick I have here is go out more. Coffee shops, libraries, parks, etc. once it gets warmer outside. It's just recently gotten warm, like significantly warmer. It's summer now. And I love going out. I love going out on walks. My fiance likes to joke that I'm a dog. He's a cat. He's like an indoor cat who likes to sit and lounge around. And I'm a dog that needs to go out on walks. And that is very true. I love going out on walks. Not going out super frequently to things like coffee shops or parks. Because number one, I have to work and I can't really effectively work outside of my little station here. There's a lot of stuff involved that requires like my heavy duty PC. So working on a laptop is only applicable to like 50% of the work I do. Second thing is those things cost money. It costs money, would you believe it, to go to a coffee shop and get a coffee? Or to drive somewhere and spend that gas. And I've been trying to be more conservative on how much money I'm spending. That being said, I can probably go on walks more frequently, like in the middle of the day. So I might incorporate that into the next 6-month goal. Yeah. Reduce mindless scrolling. Trade it in for purposeful consumption, so movies, shows, educational material, and story-driven games. I feel like I've gotten better at this one. Not 100%. Again, I still love my mindless scrolling. I still love mindlessly scrolling on TikTok, you guys. It is, if it's not doom scrolling, if it's not just absolute terror and more like funny haha, then yeah, that is good. And I do it for like an hour. Or two, not every day, but I still do it. As far as trading that in for purposeful consumption, I think I'm doing better at that too. I'm watching more shows as opposed to opting immediately for my phone for social media. Just started watching Sex and the City. Hey, that show's really great. It's really funny. And like my partner and I have been watching more shows in general. It's been nice. It's been nice. I feel like I'm consuming stuff that is inspirational, that I feel inspired then to write my own story or do my own art. And I really like that. Social media, I feel like discourages that in me. There's a lot of comparison going on when I scroll on social media, and it doesn't inspire as much as I think it could. Outside of Pinterest. Is Pinterest even a social media platform? I think it kind of is, but is it? It feels more like an archive than a social media platform. But yeah, I can do better about this. So I'm probably going to incorporate this into my next 6-month goal for the year. Webtoon. I put here that I wanted to consistently post for at least once a month. I was crazy for that. I was really ambitious. Okay, I've been semi-consistently posting 6 months in, and I'm just now working on my 4th episode. So clearly I've not been posting once a month. Now, I have still been posting. I've still been working on stuff on and off between work, wedding planning, commission work. They do like illustration commissions. All of that. I've still been working on my webtoon, and it's been really fun. It's been really rewarding and fun to work on the webtoon. It's difficult, let me tell you, to do a webtoon. It's really time consuming, which is why I knew it had to be something that was primarily for me, like something I enjoyed, I would read, and I would like working on. Because initially I was thinking, let me make something the masses will enjoy, like a romance, something like that. And not that I wouldn't enjoy a romance, I would, but it's not something I would feel, I don't know, like motivated to work on consistently. And with this story, it came to me, these characters came to me, this narrative came to me, and has been on my mind for quite a while. There have been other stories like that I have, and I want to make a video kind of talking about them and drawing the characters within those stories. But White Hallway was something that I was like, oh, I need to do this. I need to do this. And not just because I want to do Webtoon, but because I feel a need to get this out there. So I've been posting on Webtoon Canvas semi-consistently, working on the 4th episode now, and my goal was to build an audience of at least 1K readers. I think I have 10 or 20 people that are following the story right now, and I think 200 people have seen it, which is crazy to me that 200 people have seen it and 20 people are like, I'd like to keep reading. And I'm pretty sure on the 2nd episode, not the first one, 2nd episode, I had someone comment that I have no idea who it is. The 1st episode, I know who these guys are. They're just hyping me up. The 2nd one, I feel is an organic reader. Just so excited to see a comment from an organic reader, and that just motivates me even more. Posting once a month, I don't think is doable. I think posting once every 2 months is certainly doable, so I'm going to revise this goal for the rest of the year in 2025. YouTube. I put here I need to get serious about YouTube. It is July, and I'm posting like my 3rd YouTube video in the year. I put here I want to post at least 2 times a month, and I have not been doing that. I've not been doing that at all. And it's honestly because of things like social media. I've been comparing myself to other content creators and just thinking, oh, no one will want to watch me because there's so many other different options out there. And you know, that may be true. That may be true. But then I've been watching smaller creators myself and watching their following steadily grow. And I've just reasoned with myself that they've for sure had that same thought. The difference between me and them is that they're just doing it. They're just doing it. I just need to do it, even if it's posting once a month. And I think I can do twice a month. Even if it's that, I need to commit. So I'm going to keep this goal for the next 6 month benchmark. I can't say that. Oh my God. 6 month benchmark. 6 month benchmark. Okay, miscellaneous goals. This is like things that don't really deserve their own slide, but things that I wanted to put on here. Get rid of our current couch. Did I spell couch right? I think so. Replace it with new seating. I still have this couch. I still have this couch because I don't have a truck where I can put it on and dispose of it. So I'd need to order a service to take the couch. And I'm such a dingus because when we moved from our old apartment in Baltimore to be here in Richmond, I did have that service to take other stuff, but I was like, let's keep the couch because we don't have a couch. Let's keep this couch. Then we brought the couch here and it got like water damage, and not to the point where it's like ruined. Like we could still use the couch. The couch is good. We washed it and made sure it was fine. But I just don't feel like the couch really fits with the area anymore. So I'd like to just redo that whole area. And not have it there. However, it's like a minimum of $200 to get it removed. So I'm like, nah, I can deal with the couch for right now. So I'll probably won't carry this goal into the next year. It'd be nice to get rid of it, but it's not a primary goal of mine. Do my nails more. I put here that I've already started this and I have carried this on. My nails aren't really done right now, but I have been keeping them like well kept, like filing them, putting nail oil, cuticle oil. If you don't have cuticle oil, get it. I bought this on Amazon, I think for like $5, and they have a bigger version, but I ordered the small roller, and I'll link it below. $5. So easy to just roll on, and it does make a massive difference. My hands look so soft and well cared for. As far as painting them, doing designs and things, I do paint them frequently. Don't really do designs and things like that. I don't feel really inclined to go get my nails done. One, because it's expensive, and as we already talked about, I'm trying to save money. But also two, because it kills your nail to get your nails done, like with acrylics or gel or anything like that. It ruins your nail bed, and I just don't want to commit to that. I don't like how my nails feel during and after that process. They just feel like I've done something wrong to them. That being said, I love nail art. It's so beautiful, and I wish I could just do it without it damaging my nail, but the idea that it does damage my nail bed just kind of freaks me out, so I don't feel too inclined to do it these days. Get our passports! I did do this one. We did this one. Needed to because we're going for our honeymoon in Japan, and obviously you need passports for that. We got that sorted. That goal has been achieved, so yippee to me. Start on prepping for a move to Spain. Kind of yes and no. So Dylan, my partner, has been really looking into what it would take to move to Spain. We're really wanting to start a family, and that's not really an option here in the US at all. So Spain was the next best thing. I'm Puerto Rican, so being able to go to Spain is a bit easier for us, especially once we're officially married. That being said, we'll be able to really dig in as far as taking steps to move forward with that process after we're married, which is towards the end of this year. So I'm probably going to remove this goal altogether and just have this be a 2026 goal. Take more pictures and videos. Pictures, yes. I've been taking more pictures primarily of myself and my outfits. I need to take more pictures of other things. Videos, no, I haven't been doing a good job at that. I need to do better. So yeah, stick to a frugal budget. Yes and no. Yes and no. I am a victim of the little treat mentality. Caleb Hammer would yell at me. It's not terrible. Like, I'm not in trouble. I cannot deal with any sort of debt. You will never catch me in like credit card debt. But I feel like I work a full-time job. I deserve to get an ice cream from Jenny's once in a while, or go to the thrift store once in a while. I could definitely be more frugal. I'll say that. So I'll probably carry that forward. More romantic dates. We could probably do a better one. Better at this one too. Again, things cost money. It's hard to go out and really do stuff. But recently I've been kind of fine with just watching a bunch of shows together, and it's really fun having a lot of commentary between us. We could probably do like more romantic stuff. I'll carry this goal into the next 6 months. Go out into nature more. We live in Virginia, which has so many great hiking spots. I need it to be a bit cooler than it is right now. It's like 90 degrees, 90 plus degrees these days. I'd want it to be 70 to 80s to feel comfortable going out for a hike. That being said, once it tips over into that weather, I think I can action more on this. It's more so just convincing my cat fiance to go out with me. And he would go out with me I think that's it. I think that's it for my goals for the year. So the next part of this will be building out what I envision for myself these next 6 months, what I've discovered is realistic, what I've learned in these past 6 months, and maybe some new goals. I don't know. What I do is write everything out and then go through Pinterest, find things that align, and add them to the board. It's really fun. Helps me focus on what I really want to achieve within the next 6 months. Yeah, I think that'll be the next part of this video. Part 2. I basically just copy and pasted the entire presentation, and now I'm going to go through and edit how I see fit. What I can do is edit this portion, first half reflections, go through, I'll just copy and paste this. Copy and paste this. So achievements. What have I achieved? Let me give myself a little pat on the back here. Stayed mostly up to date with my webtoon. Sure. I've saved 2.5k this far, and I'm on track with my fitness goals, so I'm gonna keep this the same. You have not cooked at all. Well, I've been cooking, but the same stuff. Would this be... What would I change this to? What have I done? What have I done? Dang, this is really eye-opening. Lots of juggling with wedding planning. Hey, that's not how you spell wedding. Full-time job, commission work, and anything else? General being alive. I think I may even delete these two. Lessons learned. Okay, I'm gonna keep the budget thing because I still need to go with that. Same with sleep. Honestly, all of this can still be consistent. I don't think I'm gonna move this around too much. We change communication to pacing. Can't do everything all at once, all the time. I need to be realistic and set realistic goals. I'll put that as that because I feel I struggle with that. I don't know if pacing is the right word for it, but that's what I'll use for now. Fitness, I want abs, I'm on my way, but I hope I can have some solid progress to show by the end of 2025. There's still time, and I'm already showing progress. I want to focus more on building muscle mass this year with an emphasis on total body recomp, more ass, snatched waist, cap shoulders, all of that. I feel this is pretty steady. This goal hasn't changed for me this past year, and I feel like I'm on target to really hitting it, so that's good. Career. This one's tough. I want to get a little bit more specific with this one. Maybe have some bullet points. What do I even do with this? See, this is why I think this is a really good exercise, because what do I even want? Who am I? What do I want for my career? So I've discovered I don't really want to be a personal trainer, or perhaps I would, but that isn't my main focus. So I'm gonna remove that. I do want to focus more on my webtoon. I do want to focus more on YouTube. And outside of anything content creation related, I should probably build upon the skills I already have. Might be good to get a certification, like leadership, anything project management, web development, not necessarily becoming a developer myself, but having a better understanding of how that whole world operates. I'm more in the art and visual side of things, but I find there's a higher demand for more engineering focused project management. That being said, even saying it, it's not something I'm really enthusiastic about. It's tough because right now the thing that's paying the bills is what I've got going for me at the time, which, don't get me wrong, I do enjoy, but I feel a bit jaded based on recent experiences, so I feel more drawn towards art, like webtoon, YouTube. So maybe I'm gonna bold these as my primary focus. Okay. Career, I think that about covers it, at least for now, for the next 6 months. I want to be more consistent posting on YouTube. Finances. Okay, this one I'm going to adjust. 10k is not realistic by the end of this year unless I get some sort of boost in my commission work. I don't think this is going to happen, especially with the wedding going on and with what's that thing that happens after a wedding? Honeymoon. The honeymoon. We're going to Japan. And that's going to be expensive. So right now I've saved 2.5k. I think I can realistically save 5k. Invest, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen because I'm too heavily focused right now on building a safety net, or an emergency fund, I think it's called. You need about 6 months of emergency fund. I feel like I need to build that before investing anything. Some people disagree. If you do, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. You might be right. But for right now, I think my mental capacity is only for just focusing on one thing. I'm not making too great of an income where I feel like I can diversify too much at this point. I just want to pull in as much as I can into my emergency fund before going every odd which way. Once I fill that emergency fund to a place that I'm happy with, then I'll be like, okay, I can start investing this much, and then I can pull back on how much I'm investing in that emergency fund or putting into that emergency fund. Be a much smaller amount than what I'm doing now. Multiple income streams, I still want to do. I still want to focus on, and that can tie back into these things. But that's going to take time. I don't think that's going to happen by the end of this year. Would be cool, though. Probably not going to happen. Food. I'm going to change this one completely. I have a caffeine addiction. I do, to the point where I get headaches if I don't consume it. My vice of choice is Celsius. I love Celsius. I think it's the best tasting energy drink. It's probably me being Delulu because the packaging is very pro-health. I think it's even on the packaging it says the best fitness drink, like right before a workout. In my heart, I know, literally in my heart, I know it's not good for me to have so frequently, but it just feels like such a nice pick-me-up. I want to give a goal for myself to only drink Celsius before a workout. I work out about 3 to 4 times a week, and I wake up in the morning. I go to work out in the morning. So right before work, it's early, I'm tired, I need to pick me up. Celsius. So I'm going to make a goal to only drink Celsius before a workout, and then perhaps in 2026 I can transition into coffee before a workout and phasing out Celsius altogether. I don't think I'll never not have caffeine in my life, but I am doing too much with Celsius. So only drink Celsius before a workout. I'm going to keep that as my goal for now and then revisit perhaps. I don't think I'm going to change anything about this. Everything about this is pretty good. Pretty good. Mental health, we already talked about it earlier. I'm changing this to 3 books, and I think even that's pretty ambitious. I want to get more specific with these 2. Go out at least once every weekend. Especially now that it's summer, I feel like this is doable, whether it be for a walk or for a little excursion that may include a purchase of a beverage. I think that's fine once every weekend. Reduce screen time, specifically socials. Now, I know what you may be thinking. 2 hours a day. Surely you can do better than that. We must be realistic. I'm gonna be on social media at least 2 hours a day, especially since that's like my bread and butter as an artist too. I'm seeing what trends are there. I'm posting on socials myself. So I don't know if I'll ever be able to cut it out that extremely. Webtoon. I want to post consistently at least once every 2 months. Once a month is just not sustainable. Probably could be if I was treating it like a full-time job. And even that is kind of crazy. There's a reason a lot of official webtoon creators have full teams. Once every 2 months, I think is due. I would like to get 300 readers. And I'm talking about not just they've seen it, but they're subscribed to it. They're wanting to read more. That would be pretty cool. And I'm going to take out 12 episodes or more. That's just not going to happen. I hope to build an audience of at least 300 readers. I think I can do that by the end of the year. I think I can. I also have to do a better job at marketing the webtoon via TikTok and Instagram, Reels, things like that. I can do it. YouTube, okay. I think I really can commit to posting 2 times a month. I think I can, and I'm just not. I'm straight up slacking. So I'm going to keep this as it is. I'm going to force myself to do this. And for miscellaneous, get the passports done. Spain, taking this off. Doesn't apply to this year. Everything else is fine. That's fine. We'll keep that. So with this, I just got to decorate a little bit. Open up Pinterest. Real bitches have an addiction to these. I'm a real one. Quitting caffeine. I don't think I'm spelling anything correctly ever. Hey, by the way, when you see these things on a Pinterest, do you ever actually click them? Are you ever like, why and how to do a caffeine detox? Let me read this. I feel like this is boomer marketing, but it apparently works really well. And I'm like, how? To me, top tier marketing, something like this. And then it has a link to a site. There you go. There it is. Otherwise, I'm just like, you're trying to catch me. Kafan. I like this. I like that. Look at this one. This is just to make the mundane a little bit fun. Girl breakfast. real. I've been better about eating breakfast. Like, I'm eating breakfast pretty consistently. I used to wear it like a badge of honor. Like, I don't eat breakfast. Hey, girl, you don't have any energy in the morning. You need them macros, girl. Anything else? I thought I was gonna have to change a lot more of this, but honestly, no. It's not that I'm exactly hitting every goal that I had at the beginning of the year, but it is somewhat comforting to know that I'm working towards them. Now, certain goals, like this one, no bueno. Not hitting it very well. Not doing a good job with that. But now I know to course correct. Not that I already didn't know, I knew. Anywho, at the end of the year, I'll be reviewing this again and then making a brand new vision doc. So that's going to be fun to see where I land and then what's in store for me next year. At the end of the year, I'm going to be married. I'm going to be married, a married person. At the end of the year, I'm going to be 27. It's kind of scary. Not that I think that's old, it's more like serious. It's like serious. It's kind of a serious age. I'm gonna have gone to Japan, which is like a life dream of mine. I don't know. I don't know what next year will bring, but I'm not gonna think about that just yet until the end of this year. This is probably one of my favorite activities. I love making slideshows. I love making slideshows. Thank you for joining me and hopefully you participated. This is a really fun activity. Get your friends together. Get your friends together and do this, either virtually or in person. It's a really fun activity, not just for you to partake in, but just to get to know your buddies a little bit better. Like, what are their goals and aspirations? How can you help them achieve those goals and aspirations? It's really fun. It's really neat. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more and drop a comment below. Love ya. Bye.